Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to the boys' room makeover. This is going to be part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, I will link it down below for you so you can see that, because obviously 1 comes before 2. But I will give you a little look back at what the room looked like before we started this project. It was a bit of a mess. But here we are. We have added shiplap to the walls. I painted it green, a Benjamin Moore's peel green to be exact. And now I am just giving it a good deep steam mop, if you will. Just getting up little bits of paint and anything else I might have accidentally gotten on the floor. So yeah, just giving it a good steam mop, and then we will continue on with the project. All right, and now we're going to begin putting together their beds. So these beds I got from Amazon. They are like a steel frame, really like a platform bed. They were very affordable. I actually got them on Black Friday, and I want to say they were like $60 a piece or something. And they have really high weight limits. And again, like the steel frame. So I thought these will actually hold up to my boys. So I could have cut this out because, well, these beds didn't end up working out. And I ended up ordering a completely separate bed. But this was all part of the project. And again, like I said in my last video, I do feel like sometimes when we see these before and afters and we see these project videos, we see people, what feels like 30-second snap of a finger and a room is done and put together. And we don't often see really like how tedious it can be and even the mistakes. Now, I didn't put every mistake in here because, well, at some point I just got too frustrated to keep filming, but to show you that I did spend a couple of hours putting together, well, I don't know how long it took, maybe an hour to put together all of these beds, and then they didn't end up working out. All right, I've put together the beds. I have to figure out the configuration. I knew it was going to be tight to have 3 beds in here, but I'm hoping that I can figure out, I've got a few ideas. There's a closet there, obviously, and the closet here, so I've got to figure out what's going to work the best for the boys. I still need to do the crown molding around the top and curtains and everything, but I wanted the boys to be able to sleep in here tonight because they've been sleeping in their sister's room. So I'm at least going to get the mattresses on the beds and then put on their new Betty's bedding, which I'm very excited about. And at the very least, they get to sleep in their new beds tonight. Next up, after I put together the beds that weren't staying, I went to put the Bettys on. I forgot that I had gotten the boys these mattress toppers from Walmart, so I had to go grab those and put those on first. But then I put on the Bettys. These are awesome. They are very expensive, you guys. I'm not going to lie. They are pricey, but I have to tell you that I really do feel like they are worth it. And that's the hard thing about things that are expensive and feel like a pretty big investment. My boys can easily make their beds. It's not difficult. There's not sheets to tuck and all of that for them. It really is kind of a genius system. I'm certain they have patented it, which is why there are not dupes and stuff out there to be found. And I'm happy for them because I'm pretty sure it's a family-owned small business, so it's awesome. Anyways, my point is that we, despite the fact that they are pricey, we do really love the Bettys. So now I'm going to go through and clean all of the windows, and I'm going to put the blinds on. I got some of the 2-inch faux wood blinds from Lowe's. That's what we used in our last house. It's what I used in the girls' room makeover and what we're using all over the house as we add them little by little. Again, it's kind of expensive to go from no blinds to blinds in every room. So we just do it kind of room by room. Now, I did have curtains and curtain rods, but you'll see at the end when we put the bed in that actually is what ends up staying and everything. I just kind of felt like it was really asking for trouble, the way the curtains were and how the beds kind of have to be against the wall. Number one, this window here, if you look to my right, you can see there's not much space. So that curtain rod and the way that curtain would hang would be kind of weird and cramped. But then also, I don't know, I just feel like it was very likely my boys were gonna maybe even accidentally yank them off the wall because their beds are kind of pushing up against them. So I've got them, I've got the curtains, I'm not getting rid of them. I ordered them from Wayfair. They are lovely. I've got the curtains and the curtain rods, and at some point I may put them up, or if we end up doing an addition or whatnot, then I can perhaps use them in, a larger version of the same room. My next task was to push out the electrical boxes. So since we added the shiplap to the walls, if you just put the faceplates back on, the actual socket there to plug into is too far back. It doesn't sit flush with the wall anymore. So I went to Home Depot or Lowe's and got these little extender boxes. So, you know, Angie the electrician, I guess, here we are. And I did turn off the power to the room. I'm using I'm using an artificial light that's plugged in a different room and just pointed in here, if that makes sense. So before anybody freaks out, I'm not playing with electrical with the electricity on in the room. I learned my lesson. Do y'all remember that video? Has anybody been here since the video where I changed the light in the bathroom downstairs? This was like shortly after we moved in, and shocked the crap out of myself because I didn't cut the power to the bathroom. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. Cut the power, people. Cut the power. I am going to patch up the ceiling a little bit where we need to do that. I've got some ceiling paint to touch up where I need to touch up the ceiling paint. And then I've got my nails, and that's for a different project. And we'll start the trim. Here's the trim that I got. And I got this one because it is angled. So I'll be able to put it like flush with the wall down here, and it'll angle out and kind of over the ceiling to help cover up some of the problems with the ceiling. Alright, I decided to go ahead and paint this molding, this trim, at least give it a couple of coats, like roughly before it goes up on the wall. You know, I knew that I was going to have to touch it up from, you know, cutting them and putting them together and, you know, nailing them into the wall. However, I also knew that with all these little nooks and crannies with kind of that beaded thing, this would be a lot easier to do on the ground than up on the wall. So I went ahead and gave them a couple coats of paint before we started cutting them and hanging them. And then I did any touch-up needed once we were done. I'm also going to go ahead and do any touch-ups on the ceiling just from, well, my boys had that bunk bed and my one son kept putting his feet on the ceiling. So it was kind of dirty, and I did wash it, but it still just looked dingy over there from his putting his dirty feet on the ceiling. Gotta love kids, right? So despite the crooked camera, always like we're in Willy Wonka's bedroom. This is weird. I guess I didn't notice that the camera was crooked when I set it up. Awkward. But yeah, I'm just going to go around and do a touch up of the ceiling. I must have just been really tired this day because the camera's crooked again while my husband's helping me to hang the trim. This, honestly, guys, this trim ended up taking a lot longer. We ended up having to go back to the store and get like trim boxes for the corners because of the way this crown molding is. It was kind of a nightmare because it's not just regular 45-degree angles for the corners, for the inside corners, and it was kind of a mess. It was really a challenge for us. I'm not gonna lie. We struggled, bus. It ended up taking us a couple of days, and we ended up just giving in and using trim boxes in the corner for crown. Maybe we'll figure it out in another room, but this room was not the one. I was ready to be done. And ta-da, lo and behold, we did finish. So here is a look at the finished room. My husband changed out the ceiling fan for me. You can see the bed that we ended up switching to. It was actually pretty darn affordable. Got it from Amazon. And I did keep this dresser in here. I wasn't actually intending to, but then I never found anything different. So I may give that a little makeover down the road, but it's staying for now. And then these prints, they are like old prints from a National Geographic magazine that I found on eBay. I just, kind of have hunted down over the last year or so little things here and there that I thought my boys would like. Got these baskets on Amazon. I'll link all this stuff down below, but these are for the ends of their beds to hold their little Game Boys and headphones and anything else that's like their little stuff that they want to keep. And then they have a little toy chest at the end of their bed. We did these in the girls' rooms as well. And it's just, my one son carries around a Ziploc bag full of broken glass and rocks. So that lives in there. That's the only place it's allowed to be. Laundry basket. This is from Wayfair. I like this wooden hamper. And then, of course, the beddies. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit better of an up-close view of what the beddies look like. You can get them with minky or without. If you don't like the minky lining, you can do, I believe it's like a cotton. They're really, really nice. They're just make it so easy for kids to make their beds and have them look tidy and neat. It's just 2 zips. One up each side, and they're done. It's like blanket, sheet, everything built in. So love the beddies. And as you can see, this is a trundle bed. So that's the compromise we made for now, is that Benjamin, our 3-year-old, will sleep on the trundle. It gives them more space. He's really good at pulling out and putting away his bed. He knows how to do it. He likes doing it. And for me, it's, part of me felt bad. I wanted him to have his own separate bed area, but he's 3 and he doesn't care. And this gives them more space in their room and not such a tight fit. So it ended up working out best. I had my eye on a bed like this, an L-shaped bed with a trundle from Pottery Barn, but it was like $3,000 and I ain't doing that. So sorry. I did take these sort of engineer style prints of the boys. This was such an easy project. I may do a little quick tutorial on it because I just took their pictures in front of our garage, in front of our white garage, printed them at Staples and grabbed the frames from Michael's. And it was, I love how they turned out. The boys loved them. They all kind of squealed when they came in the room and saw their big pictures up on the wall. They loved it. So I've got some finishing touch things I want to do. I want to put some picture lights above those photos of them. Things like that, just little things I would like to do, perhaps a makeover on that dresser. And the big thing that's still to come in here is I have to redo their closets. So that will be separate videos because I've got to actually install a closet system and organization. So that will be to come. But I hope you guys enjoyed this makeover of my boys' shared bedroom. Thank you for joining me on the journey, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.